My name is Martin Nittnaus. My father is called Hans Nittnaus and my mother is Anita Nittnaus. And we are from the Nittnaus winery in a town called Golz in the state of Burgenland in the country of Austria. Burgenland is in the very east of Austria, south of the capital of Vienna, close to the Hungarian border and to Eastern Europe. Friends of mine have had it over 2 years ago, and when we arrived at the airport, they'd say, "Oh my God, it looks like Florida." And this is what they absolutely had not in mind. They had in mind skiing and mountains and yodeling people. And this is probably exactly opposite where I come from. It's almost a minimalistic landscape with small hills, mostly vineyards. And at the center of my town is a big, huge lake called Lake Neusiedl. And surrounding that lake, all the wineries and the vineyards are situated. The basic climate of Burgenland are extremely hot summers and very cold winters, and warm, humid springtime. This climate is great for the grapes because they receive enough sun to develop the ripeness, but also enough water supply so that they don't dry out. It's always very good when it's balanced, when it's not too much sun and not too much rain. And basically Burgenland provides this very well. When people think of Austria as a wine country, they instantly think white wine. But the Burgenland, my home state, this is probably the epitome of red wine top quality for the Austrian people. So everywhere from Vienna or from the west, from the skiing resorts, they actually come to our wineries to buy our red wine. Our two key red varieties are on the one hand the Zweigelt, on the other hand the Blaufränkisch. My dad and me just love music, and sometimes we think of different varieties and wines in terms of records by bands. So you have Sgt. Pepper by the Beatles, and that is classically Zweigelt, very round and very poppy for every day. On the other hand, you have the Wild Album, and this is more experimental and more avant-garde, and this is our Mineral Blaufränkisch. The Blaufränkisch is very interesting because imagine a triangle, and you have on the one top great Pinot Noirs of this world, very floral, extremely sexy, subtle fruit, and very almost rich oil texture. In the other corner, you have a Northern Côte d'Iron Syrah, extremely tight, extremely focused and crispy. And I'd see our Blaufränkisch in the right corner, somewhere between these two. It can be very mineralic, late ripe. We harvest this middle of October. On the palate, it can be very focused and very long in the finish, and normally it ages for 25 to 30 years. Our Zweigelt is the perfect wine for everyday drinking. It's classic, it's round, it's fresh, but it can be spicy and it goes great with food, with almost any kind of red meat. My favorite dish with the Blaufränkisch has to be an Austrian dish called Schmaltz, which is a kind of rillette on bread. We had it with my friend at birthday, and we had it with our Blaufränkisch, and it was a sort of revelation actually.